Hi guys. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in. This is not tarot, this is just talk. I haven't done one in a while, and I have got a lot of emails from my followers, my family here on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, wanting to talk about trauma and playing the victim, like victim role. Why does this keep happening to me? I keep having same situations and scenarios happening, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight into why situations keep on happening, things keep on replaying itself. Why do I attract the same sort of people to me? And I'm doing this because I get a lot of emails, so I just wanted to it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here and I couldn't sleep, and I realized it's because I needed to do this. I realized that I needed to do this, have this conversation with some of my followers. I'll be posting this up on YouTube because, again, I have a lot of clients emailing me, asking me these questions. So, trauma. Why do I go through this situation? Why do I keep attracting the same sort of people? And I noticed that a lot of people, myself included, before my spiritual journey, before my near-death experience, my mother's near-death experience, signs and synchronicities, why I do my tarot, we just have to live the best life that we can live. I'm not asking any money, Phil. I'm not asking for any money. If you don't believe in what I do, you don't need to be here, honey. I send you love and light. So, I mean, this is what I'm saying. If you don't, this is a great topic, right? Seeley, yes. So again, I have a lot of clients that email me and say to me, why do I keep attracting the same sort of person, the same sort of relationship? It's because you're not learning something that you should have learned before in a past life. If you have situations of relationships or people that you keep attracting the same sort of energy to you, it's because that person has come into your matrix to teach you something. There is something. If you've had the same, let's say for the same kind of relationship where there's violence, where there's mental, physical abuse, whatever kind of abuse, and you still seem to be attracting that same sort of energy, it's because you are not learning, you're not listening, learning, and looking out for what you deserve. I always attracted very violent kind of masculine energy towards me, relationship-wise. So I've been through it as much as the next woman, and I needed to do a lot of self-love and in that kind of relationship. When I attract violent men towards me, I needed to learn that I deserved better than that. We all deserve better than that. And if you happen to attract narcissistic, rude people, you might have to reevaluate your energy, because like energy attracts like energy. So if you're focusing on all these negative things, negative people, telling yourself that I'm going to continue to attract low vibrational people, low vibrational energy, low vibrational relationships, what you put out, you get back in. We are souls having a human experience. People think that you are human having this soulful experience. That is not the case. You are a soul having a human experience. So I can only relate to my clients, and I've read for thousands of people during my spiritual practices, doing tarot, giving advice through tarot, picking up and connecting with the other side. I've always had abilities to connect to the other side because I've had 4 open heart surgeries. They were all 9 hours long. For those of you who don't know me and who are new here, I read tarot. I give advice on tuning into the soul space. There's a lot of people who don't believe in the divine source, or don't believe in God or anything like that. And that's all good, because we're all on our own journey. What somebody else believes in is right for them. They don't necessarily have to believe in what you believe in, and that's all okay. I don't like people who force feed me their beliefs or tell me that what I believe in is wrong, because what I believe in is right for me and what you believe in is right for you. I've been dreaming about my readings from you. What does this mean? I'm so confused. Gabriella, it's an awakening. Everyone gets awakened somehow, some way or another. I've read for atheists that don't believe in the divine source until they get a reading from me and they start to reevaluate that maybe there is something going on here. People always say, I lost a loved one. Why did they die? Why did this happen to me? Everything is happening to all of us at the same time. The only way you're going to grow and evolve as a soul is if you go through these really shit experiences. Life is about having experiences, good, bad, rocky. It just is the way it is. We've come in here to learn valuable lessons. Why? For soul evolution and soul growth. That's why we're here. Well, when you dream of somebody that's passed away, it's a visitation. It happened to my mother. I have told this story on my YouTube channel. I cannot remember because I've got so many videos on there. But the night that my grandfather passed away, my grandfather was in the Philippines and my mother was here in the UK. Obviously, my grandfather couldn't get a message to my mother because she was here. So what happened was, my mum told me she had a very vivid dream. She said that she was flying. And she just said, I could see a field. And I'm really trying to get an interview with my mum, but my mum doesn't want to be in public because I like to post up these things for you guys who've had near-death experience, who have strange happenings and all of that stuff. My mum's had a near-death experience just like me, and it's really strange that two people have had the same kind of scenario happen to them. But my mum told me in regards to her father when he passed away, she said, it was a very vivid dream. I was floating up out of my body and I started flying. She goes, all I remember is I was flying, and I remember I get to this field and I'm hovering above this field, and she says I could see a little hut with a little light glowing from this hut. And then she said to me, she came down into this hut and she saw her father, and her father, my granddad, said to my mum, I've been searching for you, but you're so far away and I had to have a rest. My grandfather said to her, I love you, but it's time for me to go home now. And the next day when my mum was at work, she got a phone call saying that her father had passed away that night that she had the dream of my granddad. So, you know, it takes a lot for those souls, our loved ones, to come to us. I've had it happen and I'm really traumatized about it. You have to feel a moya. You have to feel what you're feeling, because if you don't feel the trauma, the anxiety, the stress, it will transmute into an energy which will affect the physical body. Anxiety, depression, illness, worst case scenarios, heart palpitations, heart disease, cancer, worst case scenarios. But it will transmute into an illness if you don't express these feelings. These feelings need to come up and come out. BSSLR39, I love you. You're so welcome. That dream felt so real. It's usually a visitation. When you have, I had a dream about what's about you. What happens now? Tune in and find out. Thank you. I'll email you. I need more advice. Gabriella, anytime you have a dream of a loved one that's passed away, it's a visitation. Signs and synchronicities is them trying to connect with you. trying to contact you through repeated numbers, feathers, butterflies, coins, the repeated song on the music, on the radio, seeing the shadows walking past. I mean, horror movies really put a shitty spin on like a really beautiful thing. That's why I don't like watching horror movies. It's just no. If you are confused about my readings, yes, by all means, please email me. But my readings are supposed to give you some sort of clarity. And if you are having dreams, there is something within the soul that's already awakening. I'm up late. Yes, I know. I was supposed to go to bed. So I'm not doing any readings at the moment, guys. I am just... So tell me your story. Let me know if you have any questions. Because I've had a lot of emails, people saying that they want to end it. And I'm like, why? Oh, it could be because... I'm in a relationship where I'm in love with this person and this person can't even see me. And it's like, well, you need to start loving yourself. It's about you. When my granddad passed, he came to me after 5 days. Simrank. Yes, these are real. People say it's a dream, but it's real. These are visitations, and they work really hard to try and show you signs, synchronicities, and symbols. But when you see the weird things and the weird happening, you say to yourself, did that just happen? No. And you try to rationalize it, but it really did. And dreams are the best way for our loved ones to connect with us, because that's when we are not in the monkey mind. Because when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you're thinking about is work, what you're going to eat, how you're going to pay the bills, when you're going to do the laundry. You have to pick up the kids. You're already starting to have the monkey mind. You're already starting to think about what you need to do. Your mind is not still. So when you are asleep, your mind is still and open to receive messages. So yes, our loved ones are always around us. I have tried to dream about my mother, but it never happens since I lost her. Delaunay 50. The problem with that is that you're trying. Trying creates a block. When you try so hard at something, you're going to fail because you're trying to do it the right way. You're trying. And what Divine has said to me, when I had my 4th open heart surgery, I had a near-death experience. This is my 4th open heart surgery. They sliced me open, clamped open my chest, and they messed around with my heart for 9 hours. I was supposed to die when I was 10. They told my mum, enjoy your daughter because she ain't gonna live past 10. I'm 41. At 8 years old, they told me, when I had my 3rd open heart surgery, they told me that I'm not allowed to smoke, I'm not allowed to drink, I'm not allowed to drive, I'm not allowed to have tattoos, I'm not allowed to do this, that and the other. Well, I did all of that, and my daughter is now 18. I did everything that the doctors told me not to do. And listen, God love them, because if it wasn't for those doctors, I would not be here telling my tale. But what Divine told me is, when you're trying to do something, you're actually blocking communication. Don't try, because the divine, the heavens, the souls who have crossed over to where is home, it's our home, they are working at a high frequency here, and they come to you effortlessly. We are the ones that create blocks because of our egos. We create the block. Do not try to dream about your mum. My mum said to me, my mum always says this to me, oh, I miss my parents, I miss my mum, I miss my dad. And I say, well, they're right here. So set the intention, tell them you want to dream about them, and don't push it. Just let it go, be effortless, and they'll be able to come through. That's how you dream of your mum. You can even ask for specifics during your waking, because this is the 3D world, guys. We're literally plugged into the matrix. So if you want signs and synchronicities from your loved ones, ask them for something specific. Show me a pink elephant. Where the hell are you ever going to see a pink elephant, right? And then all of a sudden they'll go outside and they'll see an advertisement on a TV, and it's like, it would say pink elephant, or you'll see an actual pink elephant. Ask for butterflies, feathers, ask for, I don't care, pennies, feathers, the song on the radio that reminds you of your loved ones. These are things that they work so hard to show us that they're around, but we don't see it. But when I had my near-death experience, God told me, the divine, the source of love and light told me, and I'll tell you, when I was up there, I didn't want to come back down here to the 3D world, because this place is hard, it's horrible, there is war, there is killing, there is racism, there is all sorts of shit going on down here in this 3D world. And when I left my body, I didn't want to come back here. I'm sorry, but I didn't. And people will say to me, but you have a mum and you have a daughter. Didn't you want to come back to your mum and your daughter? And I was like, no, because I knew that eventually we're all going to go up here. And then what about Hitler? What about those murderers and those pedophiles and all of those people? I say, hell is your purgatory, your actions, your words, and your deeds. So if you are an evil person and you say evil things to people for no reason, or you try to force your horrible thoughts and feelings and negative energy onto someone, or you're a murderer or a killer or a raper, whatever the hell you are creating your hell. So when you cross over to the other side, that's the energy frequency that you vibe with. So if I was a murderer and a killer and an evil person and I ill-wished people, I guarantee you when you leave the physical body and you go into your soul body, that's the energy that you surrounded yourself with, because it's your actions, your words, and your deeds. Now, when I crossed over to the other side and I was in the divine source, that divine presence, the first thing I thought to myself was, oh shit, this divine source of love and light is going to see all the things that I've done, all the things that I've done wrong, all the people that I've hurt. It wasn't really about that. I was my own judge and jury. They showed me a screen. It's called a life review, guys. Your life review. They showed me a screen of all the things that I did that was wrong. I looked through the eyes of the person that I hurt. When I said something negative, when I said something hurtful, when I was ill-wishing, sending horrible negative thoughts to somebody, I could feel and see through that person's eyes the pain that I had caused them. And this was each and every single person that I had known in my 31 years that I inflicted some pain or some horrible, harmful words to them. I felt the pain and I felt like shit. It was very humbling to see it from somebody else's point of view. So let's take Hitler, for example. He murdered and killed many children, many women, many men. Could you imagine how many people you have to look through the eyes of if you gassed and killed and murdered all of those people? That is hell right there. That is purgatory. To feel the physical pain of what you caused on that person, not only see through their eyes, but feel the pain. That's hell, man. That's hellfire right there. Your actions, your words, and your deeds. That's hellfire right there. Purgatory and hell, yes, it's real. It's what you are in this world, in this life, how you come across, what you say, your words. We are all connected in this tapestry of life. We are literally plugged into the matrix. When we sleep, we go back home. Some of you are going to remember your dreams. Some of you don't. You get rejuvenated through your sleep. I remember there was a question I once asked my friend, one of my best mates, and I was like, I wonder why all human beings have to sleep. And I realized it's because if we don't, we can't think straight. You can't function well. And when we leave the physical body, it's called astral traveling, going into the other dimension, going into the heavens. That's why you see things, feel things. When you sleep, you have vivid dreams. It's because you're learning. You're paving your path for this life. People say I keep attracting energy vampires, because the worst kind of people that comes into your life is your greatest teachers. They're going to teach you something about yourself. It's a mirror. Whatever you need to work on, somebody is going to come towards you with that thing that you need to work on. So they're going to have narcissistic tendencies, negative ways of thinking. I have clients that say to me, and I've been doing this for about 9 years now, and I've been reading for 9 years, and I've had clients come up to me going, Anna, I attract the same kind of woman, the same kind of man. Why does this keep happening to me? And I'm like, well, you're not learning. You're missing something here. divine will show you the same situation and give you the same sort of play out until you learn what you need to learn from that person, and then you cut the cord and then you can move forward. If you are in a situation that makes you feel like shit, or somebody is not giving you the love that you need, you might need to start doing some self-love and start cutting the cord from those people that doesn't serve you. If there is 1% of a red flag in your situation, or a person that you're with, or work, or family, I don't care what it is, reevaluate your situation. God said to me, you come into the world on your own and you go out on your own. You don't take anyone with you. So if somebody, my father is a Jehovah's Witness, my mum is, I can't remember if it's Christian or Catholic, my brother's a converted Muslim for the past 20 years. You have all of these religious beliefs. Everyone falls into a category. My religion is right, your one is wrong. I believe that all religions are correct, but man had a way of using religion for control. And if all religions are supposed to lead to love, then why the hell are we all warring each other? They're all right, but humanity and human beings have mixed up and polluted all of that. All of the religious denominations. So when people say, what religion am I? I'm like, I'm all of them and I'm none of them. I listen to stories from my brother who reads the Quran, and I'm like, I resonate with that. And then I listen to stories from my dad, who's a Jehovah's Witness, and I resonate with that. And then my cousins, who's Catholic, born again, I resonate with that. But I'm all and none of them. I believe in God. I believe in the higher source of power. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in Buddha. I believe in Muhammad. I believe in all. Why can't I? What's wrong with doing that? And it's not about anyone else. It's not. And also, the divine source told me, I don't know if any of you lot heard about near-death story experiences, where they always talk about how they went through the tunnel out into the white light. God said that's how you come in is how you go out. You come in through the tunnel of your mother, out into the white light, here into the 3D world. And when you cross over to the other side, you go through the tunnel, out into the white light. And you know what else they said to me, loved ones on the other side? When a soul is born into the 3D world, we're crying up here, because obviously they're coming down here to the 3D world, to Earth, to have their human experience, to feel and sense and experience things and experience life. And we're sad over there. And when a child is being born into the world, we celebrate, we're excited. And then they say, and when you cross over, when you die from the 3D world, you're coming back home. So we're celebrating the fact that you're coming back here, and you guys are grieving for the loss of the physical body. So it's really crazy. This is the cycle of life. This is infinite. Our souls are everlasting. We've had many soul experiences. This isn't just the only life we've had. I wouldn't be surprised if you lot keep having... are you attracted to certain places? Are some of you attracted to Egypt or Italy or Spain or Africa? There's something about this that feels familiar. I just want to be there. That's probably likely that you have had a past life in that situation, in that place. And there's a familiarity to that. We have all had many lives. And have you ever walked on the street and you see someone and you don't know who they are, but there's something about them that you know? I know that person, but I don't know them. You've probably met them in a past life, and there's the soul familiarity. So in terms of dreaming, don't try to do anything. Just do it effortlessly. Set the intention, because your loved ones are always around you. They can hear everything you're saying and everything that you're thinking. Telepathy. Telepathy is real. Have you ever thought of your best friend and your best friend called you and you're like, what the hell? I just thought about you. How did you call me? It's called telepathy. These things are real. They're not coincidental. These things are all real. Let me just see. So, again, we've had many lives. We've had many experiences. I said to the divine source when I was up there, why don't we remember our past lives? And the divine source said, well, what's the point of coming in if you remember everything? You have to come in with a new slate. You have to come in temporary amnesia. And when shit hits the fan in life and things get hard, you hit rock bottom. The only thing that you can do is climb back up. And then you start to tap into the spiritual part. You start to ask yourself questions, the right questions. And then you start to do the research. You start to think to yourself, you know what, there is more than just the way I'm thinking. Because divine said to me, you don't just come into, you're born, you go to school, you do a 9-to-5 job, work your ass off, get paid really shit money, you get married, you have kids, you retire, and then you die. That's not what we're here to do, guys. We're here to grow. We're here to help each other, and we all have talents, and we need to share it to the world. I don't care if you are a good listener, a singer, an artist, a lawyer. We all have talents that we need to express to the world, because we're all here. We all have a purpose here, but we're all linked into the matrix. So any negative thoughts that you put out as a thought, it filters out into the tapestry of the universe. We're all in this universe together, going through good and bad times. People ask me about suicide. A friend of mine killed himself. Is he in heaven? The thing about suicide here, let me tell you about suicide. If you end yourself, you're coming back again straight away. You're going to be born straight away with the same kind of scenario, because you have a blueprint. You have a soul. You have a soul contract that you have to fulfill. It doesn't matter how tumultuous life is. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It's how you trust in the divine source. This has happened for a reason. What did I learn from it? This is not happening to me. This is happening for me. This is happening for me. This tumultuous time, the losses of loved ones, going through codependent, toxic situations. This is not happening to me. It's happening for me. It takes guts. You can't leave. Tigers all around. You did a reading and I all of a sudden I see you. We have a soul connection here. Do you know why I dreamt about 2 suns in the sky? Sugar plump. 2 worlds. You're either going to be left behind if your soul hasn't evolved and you're still of the mundane, money, power, work, war, and not of the humanitarian, not loving self. You'll be stuck in, because there's going to be, I never realized it before, but you need to check out this woman called Dolores Cannon. The infinity symbol is a representation of the 2 worlds, the old world and the new one. The old world is where the negative people still thinking about money, fame, the low vibrational kind of energy, stuck in that warish energy, money. It's all about the money, no humanitarian, no love. Those are the souls that are going to be stuck in the old world, and you have to learn. There are things on my YouTube channel, guys, that have saved my life, so go and check it out. You don't have to follow me to watch these videos, but what you can do, click on any of my videos. On the title there's a little arrow going down. It will open up my description box, and must watch. Those videos have saved my life. But when you dream of 2 suns, it's the 2 worlds. It's the new world and the old world. And you know, people, the shit that the government tells you, the things that people plant seeds into your head. Now, none of you, and no one here needs me. You're all intuitive. You all have an inner knowing. There's a feeling. You get a feeling. So you need to trust that feeling. Forget everyone else. Don't listen to what other people are telling you in terms of negative things. You need to listen and follow your soul, because the higher self knows everything. The soul knows what you've come here to do. This body is just the vessel walking, holding the soul so you can have this journey in life. So make sure you take care of this vessel. The two suns represents the two worlds, the old world and the new world. Which world are you going to be a part of? We're all going to go through the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is going through tumultuous times. We all go through it, whether we like it or not. Because if you don't go through the dark, you can't get into the light. Yin and yang, good and bad, light and dark. Without those, there's nothing. You have to go through tumultuous times to get out of the onto the other side. Intention setting is really important. If you're someone that's always worried about money, when you put your energy, your thought, your words and your feelings into I am so broke, I have no money, you are casting a spell. We go to school as children to learn how to spell, spellings, casting a spell through your words. Words matter. That's why divine always says, think before you speak. Is the words that are going to come out of your mouth going to serve you and everyone external to you, or is it going to do a disservice to you and everyone external to you? Think before you speak, because what you put out, you bloody well get back in. Karma. I don't care whether you believe in God or you don't believe in the higher source of power, you don't believe in love, or you don't believe in anything. I know you believe in karma, because when you do something horrible to somebody, you best believe it's going to come back to you. That's why I'm very careful with my words. I'm very mindful of my words, and trust me, it took me a long time to get here. This is meditation. It's a practice. I realized that my thoughts, my words and my feelings are being put out into the atmosphere. So let's just have a little example here. Let's just think of that one person in your life that you just can't stand. I mean, just everything about them, you just want to wring their neck. Just think of that person. Think of that person right now, the one that you can't stand. Now, if you're feeling this way about that person, how many other people are feeling that way about that one person? 20? 30? No one likes that person. No one likes that girl. No one likes that man. When you say that person is this and that and the other and cruel and a bitch and an asshole and that person is evil, you're putting those words and attaching it onto their aura, making that person a bitch, making that person evil, making that person horrible. Your words are attaching itself to the aura, the auritic field of that person, making that person what you are saying that they are. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those people that are saying that that person is evil, is bad, because that energy, they absorb that. They become that bad person that you're saying. You need to be a light worker. You need to be of love. So if everyone else is wishing that one person that you can't stand, including yourself, you need to be one of those people that say, you know what, I send you love and light because I feel like a lot of people don't like you. And that person is coming from a place of pain, which is probably why they're assholes. Because hurt people, yes. Hurt people. And everyone always looks at the physical. No one ever wants to go behind the physical and go, why is that person the way they are? There is always something deeper here. If you can look beyond the physical body and peel that away and connect to the soul of that person that you can't stand, you'll feel a lot differently. You'll be a bit more understanding towards that person. Sometimes it takes time and you can't see through that evil facade, but that person probably needs more love than you could ever imagine. Amoya, let me just see. Now I'm scared of death. Death, there's no such thing, hon. I died. My mum died and we came back, and we didn't want to come back here to the physical world because the physical world is really hard. the physical world is, this body is so heavy. We have headaches, we have sickness, we have illness, we have to go to work, we get stressed out, we get anxiety, we get depressed. When you're in the soul body, you're flying, you're floating, you're enjoying life. I am not afraid of death. My mum is not afraid of death. I taught my daughter not to be afraid of death. Death is a part of life. We're all going to go back home, whether you like it or not. We're only here for a certain amount of time. We are only here for a certain amount of time, because all I know is that one moment I was 20, 17, and then in a blink of an eye, I'm 41. I have no idea where my life has gone. So life goes by in a blink of an eye. That's the reason why the divine source says, enjoy life. If there are low vibrational people or energies, send them situations away with love and light, and always strive to be better, the better version of yourself. I am not afraid of death at all. I welcome it whenever it's my time. Whenever it's my time, I welcome it. I was supposed to die anyway. They told my mum I had a 50% chance of surviving all of my open heart surgeries. I was 3 weeks old when I first came out. I was blue. My mum said there was nothing coming out of my mouth. And when they basically opened me up at 3 weeks old, they were like, this girl's heart is just effed. It wasn't developed right. I had leakages everywhere. It was just wrong. And so they did the best that I can for a tiny little 3 weeks old body. And then I went back 3 months later, 3 weeks old. 3 months later, they done another open heart surgery, 9 hours long, on a tiny little body. Like, I can't imagine this, because just the thought of my daughter at 3 months old having an open heart surgery, I don't know how my mum and my dad did it, because I would have gone nuts. I would have died. See, like, for example, praagh Marden. So she just said to me that I look like a Dracula. I probably do. But I send you love and light, honey. Negative people like that, negative words, it will come back to them. It just is the way. That's the way it works. So love and light to you, sweetheart. There you go. My left ear burns at 3 a.m. every night. When I hear the high-pitched tones, that is actually angels, your guides, and your loved ones trying to connect to you. I have a story about that. I used to have high-pitched ringing in my ear all the time, and I knew it was my angels and my guides and my loved ones trying to communicate to me, let me know that they're there. It happened for such a long period of time that one day it was so loud. What I did was I said to them, could you please get rid of the buzzing sound in my ear? And it stopped immediately. And I realized I didn't like it. It was too quiet. I was too used to that sound. I felt like when I hear that, I know that they're with me. And I was like, I don't like it, come back. And straight away it came back. But high-pitched sounds is good. You give them love, they may push it back in your face. Ange Booth, it doesn't matter if they push it back in your face. It doesn't matter. You give them love as much as you can. Don't give love to receive it, because you're loved anyway. You're divinely loved anyway. But we're here to do love, to give love, to be loved, to give it out. That's what we're here for. If we can all focus on a frequency of love, could you imagine how much better the world would be? So you have it easy there. Yes, you do. Of course you do. I'm just talking about this Sook Singh from experiences, from my soul experience. When I had my near-death experience, I thought I had to do some research on it. And it turns out that there are millions and millions of people all over the world who've had near-death experiences. Some of them tell you it was not the greatest experience because they've lived life where they was ignorant, arrogant, they were horrible, they were cruel to people, so they felt like they were in hell. And then there are others who were more of humanitarian, who learned about the divine source, who believed in the divine light. They had much wonderful experiences. Now, it's really weird that I'd have the same near-death experience as my mum, where my mum went through the tunnel and went out into the white light. And it's like two totally different people. And my mum had this experience when she was 45 years old. She had a burst appendix. They told her she was going to die. If she didn't come in if she came in 2 minutes later, she would have died because her appendix burst. And she told me, which was really weird because I had never met my grandfather, that when she had the near-death experience and she was in heaven, and it was so funny. Okay, I don't even know how I'm going to relay this story, but I have told it already before. When my mum was in the hospital and she was having her operation to clear out the burst appendix, she said while I was up, she saw all of her dead relatives. She saw her dad, she saw her uncle, she saw her mum and her sister. And she said to me that her uncle was trying to give her this orange juice to drink. And she said, my uncle said to me, Leonie, when I was down there, when I was alive, you used to give me a drink all the time. You always used to give me orange juice. Now it's my turn to give you some orange juice. And my grandfather went in front of my uncle to stop my mum from drinking the orange juice and said to my mum, you need to go back down there because Anna is waiting for you. So this is my mum's spiritual experience as she's having her operation. Now we flip it to my story, me here in the physical world. I was playing upstairs in the hospital. This is like in what really happened to me while my mum is having her operation for her burst appendix. I'm on the top of the roof of the hospital. Don't know how the hell we got there. It was me, my brother, and two of my friends. We visited my mum in the hospital. And on the hospital roof, there was like marbles. It was like stones that were round. I must have slipped, bust my head open. So cracked my eyebrows open. And I had to run down, this blood all dripping. And they had to fix my eyebrow because I had hit it on the rock. And I remember standing at my mum's bed. I hit it on the rock wall. I remember standing at the side of my bed and I was like trying to wake up my mum because by this point the operation had finished. Now at this point where I'm shaking my mum tells me later on, like a couple of years later, that she said her dad said, Anna is waiting for you. And then she goes, I opened up my eyes and you were standing at my bedside crying and you had a bandage over your eyebrow. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, my granddad doesn't know me. Clearly he does. I've never met my granddad before. He died before I was born. But somehow my granddad knew about me. And my granddad said to my mother, your daughter is waiting for you. Go back because Anna's waiting for you. My mum opens her eyes and there I'm standing there with a bandage over my eye because I had cracked it on a wall from slipping. So yes, it is easy over there. It really depends on your actions and your words and your deeds. Are you kind? Are you good? Are you loving? Or are you horrible or cruel and mean? People try to leave before their time with suicide. Ain't gonna work. When you cross over to the other side by suicide, what will happen is you're bathed in white light. They have to clear away all the trauma that the soul had experienced in the physical body. So it's like I hear from the souls on the other side who's committed suicide that, you know, I'm bathed in this white light and I'm in this white light for such a long period of time because I have to clear away all my trauma that the soul had experienced. And what happens is the divine source will say, well, you kind of left that lesson, that physical experience too soon. So you're going to have to come back in. So you come back in straight away with the same sort of scenario. So guys, suicide is just not the way forward. I don't get me wrong, I tried to do it when I was younger, before I found spirituality, before I became really in tuned psychically, mediumistically. I had to go through hell in order to get to where I am, and it took practice, it took time, it took meditation, it took me being open and trusting to receiving what the world has to do. How do you cope with death? I'm asking because not long since I lost my family member and I'm struggling. How do I cope with death? When I lost 3 loved ones to COVID last year, I mean, they came through really quickly. I mean, like, no joke. Everyone has exit points, guys, in their life. Some people have 5 exit points. Some people have 9. Exit points means, let's just say somebody gets into a car accident. You can choose to leave. And this is like the first car accident ever. You can choose to leave that exit point and not come back. Or you can choose to stay. Some people, let's just say if you get into a really bad car accident, or something really traumatic happens to you, if the body is battered and broken, and they can see as a soul hovering over this physical vessel that was holding in the soul, that the body is completely battered. And if that soul came back into the body, that their loved ones had to do a lot of healing and working, and, you know, they're going to have to put their life on postpone. They're going to have to spend a lot of money on their healthcare. They won't do that to you. They will leave. They will go. And most people who are left on a life support machine, they would want to go. They don't want to be breathing through the life support machine. They want to go. Set their soul free. Let them go back home. So they have, like, for example, my uncle who crossed over, he had so many near-death experience that he had to go through COVID. So years ago, he got into a really bad car accident. I'm talking about, he got hit by a car. His body was flipped up into the air like a rag doll. Straight away, you should have died, yes? When you are getting hit by a car and your body flips up 180 degrees up into the air and then you land back on the ground, that's death right there. He survived that. That's the first near-death experience. Another near-death experience that he had, he nearly drowned. He literally said, I left my body and I could see that I was at home. And I realised that I had to come back in because my family still needed me. So he's come back in. Then he had another near-death experience. I can't even remember what happened to him. I think he was climbing on a ladder. He fell and he kind of left his body. And he was like, nope, my family still needs me. I'm going to have grandchildren. I'm going to be born. I can see them being born in the future. I need to get back in. But when COVID hit, so he chose to leave through that exit point. He realised that if he came back, now this is what... my sister had told me, best friend, I call my sister, the doctors had said to her, if your father was to come back, he would be brain dead and he would be a vegetable. So he chose to exit because he did not want to put that burden on his family. And our souls and our loved ones on the other side, guys, they live vicariously through us. If you're busy being miserable, being sad and being depressed, they're just like, get on with it already. Yes, I'm not telling you to disregard your grief and your sadness and your feeling. Feel your feels and feel what you have to feel, but don't stay there for too long. Why? Because they want to have fun through your eyes. Create memories with them, because wherever you go, if you're going on a cruise, they're coming with you. And you'll see the signs and the symbols. So if you're struggling right now, tell your family member, show me a sign. Tell me that you're with me. I said to my mum, when you cross over and when you die, could you literally show your actual body to me, get into the bed and put your arms around me? And she was like, is that what you want me to do? And I was like, hell yes. And then I said to my daughter, would you like me to do that for you as well, Eliza? If I die and I cross over, shall I show myself to you physically and come into the bed? She was like, oh, hell no, mum. She goes, you just come to me in a dream. Do not come to me that way. So you can ask for signs and symbols. And my best friend, my sister, when she lost her dad, the one that I was talking about, where he had 5 exit points, she would tell me some crazy shit that was happening in her house. I'm telling you guys, she'd be like, my cooker... And it's one of those cookers where you have to push the button in and then actually turn the knob. She was like, my cooker went on. My TV went on. And she goes, I knew it was my dad. And I was like, Pa, stop it. Come to me in a dream. And he did. He stopped because he just wanted to let her know that he's watching her. He's protecting her. He's guiding her. So I love the way that they try to get us to notice them and to do it in really weird ways. But pay attention. Just pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities. It's amazing. It's amazing. So yes, it is much easier up there. Anyone who dies of suicide, I'm telling you now, you're gonna have to come back again in the same sort of scenario. And who the hell wants that? Who the hell wants that? How do I book a private reading? Emma, just send me an email. I think I might have seen one from you already, hon. The tongue is very powerful. Yes, you have to be very careful what you say, guys. Make sure that everything that you say is with love and it's not with anger. And please, we're human, so there's going to be days, listen, I get into my car and then someone cuts me and I'm like, you effing, and then I'm like, God forgive me, love and light, love and light. I always try to center myself. I'm human, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still trying to be better. Your soul can't cope, it takes guts. Some people can't take this world. Some people incarnate into this world and they're just like, what is this shit? Like, what the hell did I sign up for? And you know what else I've learned? I used to make the statement to my mum and my dad, I didn't pick you to be my parents. I didn't want you to be my parents. I didn't ask to come into this world. That is a load of crap. We pick our family. We pick our soul tribe. We pick our people. We pick our situation. We pick our life. We pick the scenarios that we want to go through. Why the hell would I pick to have cancer, Anna? It doesn't make any sense. Soul evolution, soul growth. Why the hell would I pick to have open heart surgery 4 times? I got a cut here, got a cut there, cut all over the place. Why would I choose to have that experience? Why? Because with this experience that I'm going through, everyone around me, family members, are going to learn. They're going to learn from my experience, learn that life is too short. What do I learn? I learn to trust in the divine source. I learned that it is mind over matter. If I say to myself, oh my God, I'm going to die, I'm going to be sick. What did the doctor say to me? You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. If I had listened to that shit, I would have been dead long time ago. Mind over the matter. That's why I'm still alive today. I did not claim that I had open heart surgery. I did not claim that I am sick. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm going to have children. I am going to drive. And I'm going to do all the shit that you told me I can't do. I did it. And the mind is a very powerful thing. The mind can make you go nuts and crazy, or the mind can bring you healing and bring to you what it is that is your birthright. What is divinely supposed to be for you. And guys, you and me, it is our birthright to be blessed, to have a happy life. Yes, we're going to have shitty scenarios coming to us. Yes, we're going to have losses of loved ones. We lose our loved ones physically, but they're not ever gone. They're here solely. We're souls having a human experience. So be on the lookout again for signs and synchronicities. And trust me, if you can wrap your head around that you picked the scenario, the situations. Now, let's just talk about me here for a second, yeah? So apparently I picked my parents, my mum and my dad, who sometimes I want to wring their necks, but I love them. Have beef with my brothers and my sisters. I want to wring their necks. I have a closer relationship to my best friends. I pick really like masculine men who are very narcissistic, who have violent tendencies, who beat the shit out of me and hurt my little girl. I picked that situation too, and if you can wrap your head around that, this is great. I picked a scenario where I was on the street. I slept on the street. I had no food. We all have free will. We all have choices to make. We can choose to stay in a scenario, stay with a person that's horrible. We can choose to leave it. You choose. You are not a prisoner. And I used to think when I was in a violent relationship that I was a prisoner. That, oh my God, if I ran away, he's going to find me and he's going to kill me, because those are the words that he said to me. But that's me giving up my power. And when I realized, you know what? No, I'm in fucking control of my fucking life. You ain't controlling me. You can throw all your threats at me all you want. And if I was to die through your hands, it is what it is. It was meant to be that way. And I chose to go out at that exit point. But everything has a divine... There's a divine in everything. In all the tumultuous shit that happens to us. There's a reason. There's a reason for everything. I sound right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. How can I be telepathic with somebody? You already just naturally are. I'm telling you now, if you're thinking of somebody and they call you, that's telepathy. Have you ever thought to yourself, I really want to talk to blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden your phone rings and you're like, oh my God, it's that person. Whatever it is, we all have telepathy, but you want to tune into that better. Meditation is the way forward. Why do I dream of the number 4? 4 represents soulmate, unity. 4 is a very spiritual, powerful number. That's actually my 4. I see 444 everywhere I go. But it's also a representation of unity, the 4 pillars. So 4 is a divine number. You can find out about numbers on Google. So you can go on Google and put angel number 444. Let's see. I died when I gave birth to my son 7 years ago. Ange, I saw the light but came back. But he did pass. But you had that beautiful moment with your baby boy, and your baby boy would be a guide for you. And children grow on the other side. I've lost children as well, and children grow on the other side. And I always, when I was grieving the loss of my children, I would say, to the younger ones, I would say, could you show me that you're around? And I'd be alone in the bedroom, and all of a sudden I see a baby handprint on the mirror. I mean, hello, this is mad. I died. It was not your time as well. That could have been an exit point for you, but if you came back, it was not your time. Sometimes people have a choice. Divine will say you can stay or you can go. What do you want to do? And a lot of people don't want to come back, because when you cross over, it's just love. It's pure. It's a love like you'll never feel here in the 3D world. No way. The love here that you feel in the 3D world, it's beautiful and it's amazing, but it comes with a lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas. What happened if this happens? What happened if that happens? The love on the other side is absolute. They don't judge you for the things that other people here in the 3D world will judge you for. They love you for all your flaws, for the good and the bad. When I had my life review and I saw the screen of all the bad things I done and all the good things I done, Divine didn't care about the bad things. They were like, look, you're going to deal with that yourself. That you are your own judge and your jury. This is what we care about. And then I looked at the screen of all the good deeds, and all the things that mattered to the divine source was when I gave my £1 to the person on the street, my last bit of money, when I held the door open for a homeless person or for an old woman or an old man, whatever it is. Somebody at a checkout counter not having enough money, and I'm like, yo, I'll pay for it for you. That is what mattered. The good things that you did. This is what mattered. This is an imprint that you leave in the universe's matrix. So every good deed comes back to you. I miscarried and I'm afraid to try again. Becky, I miscarried twice. When I was 18, I had an abortion. And people saying before I done spirituality that I was a murderer and all of this stuff. It was an agreed soul contract between me and my baby that wasn't a time period that I could have that child. I was in a violent relationship. I had no money and I had nowhere to live. The thought of bringing in a child into this world, going in that scenario, is not a good thing. It was a soul contract, and don't forget, no one ever dies. The soul is everlasting. The physical body has to die because we're only here temporarily to have experiences. Miscarriages are agreed upon by the soul of that child and yourself. Either you're going through tumultuous times, money situations, you're not ready, the person that you're with is not ready, and that's why these things happen. I had a miscarriage from somebody, a man that I knew in my soul of souls wasn't the person for me. I could see clearly that this person wasn't for me. He had tendencies which I won't disclose here because, you know, it was my business with his. But he had tendencies that made me really uncomfortable and made me realize that this is not my person. This is not the person for me. He's a good person. There's nothing wrong with him, but it just was not my person. And I miscarried. again, it's a soul contract. It's a soul agreement between you and that baby. That baby will try to come in again. Sometimes children don't come in because children are afraid, or children don't want to, the souls of the child don't want to come in because they're like, my mom's not ready for me yet, because they're still going through tumultuous times and I don't want to add into tumultuous situation. So don't be afraid, Becky, to do anything. Just do it effortlessly. There's nothing to be afraid of. And can I tell you something as well, what the divine told me? Fear is ego based. It's not real. If we're afraid of something, it's just something that we concocted in our mind. And if we continue to focus on that thing that we're afraid of, you will manifest it. So be very mindful about what you think and what you feel. Becky, try and try again, because there is a soul of a child around you. I'll tell you that now. When I was pregnant with my kids, I dreamt Mia's baby, so I always knew what I was getting. I knew I was having my daughter. I knew. Why do they give you a choice? Yellow Queen, because you can still fulfill a mission. If let's just say, for example, if your body wasn't physically functioning, they will say you can go there, but it will be tumultuous. You might have to go, you're going to go through a lot of struggle, or you can stay. Some people have choices to come, some people have choices to go. Some people don't have I didn't have a choice. I told God I don't want to go back down there. And people are like, well, you have a daughter, why don't you want to come back down here? I was like, because I was at home. I was home. And I knew that whatever happened with my daughter and my mum, they were coming back to this place anyway. But people, why do they give you a choice? Because free will. God blessed everyone with free will, and God can't even tamper with that because it was a gift. So yes, some people are given a choice because their mission still needs to, soul contract still needs to be completed. If it wasn't completed in that time frame, you'll be born again, trying to fulfill the contract of a past. Karma is also plays effect. Karma plays effect as well. If there is a cycle that you didn't complete with a person in a past life, these people are bound to come back in this life, so you can karmically balance out the scales. You got karma, you got dharma. So you are given a choice. Why do they give you a choice? It's just, it's a gift. To have the choice to come back or to stay at home is a gift by God. So if you wanted to stay at home, you could. If you wanted to come back here down to the 3D world, you could. But some people are given choices. Some of them are not. I wasn't allowed to stay there. I mean, come on, I tried to leave 4 times. 4 open heart surgeries, 50% chance of living. And I always remembered saying to my best friend, why am I here? I hate this world. This planet is this dimension is so low vibrational. I don't want to be here. I don't belong here. That's what I used to say to my best friend. And it's because I always knew that solely I was not. This is such a hard world. This is like the worst, not the worst, but it's like the most densest dimension ever because of murder and war and killing, and we're still trying to hurt and attack each other, and it's like, why the hell are we doing this to each other? It's not right. We're supposed to love each other. We're supposed to protect each other. We're supposed to help each other rise up. We're not supposed to bring each other down. We're all, it doesn't matter what color you are or where you are from. You peel off this physical body, our souls are all the same color. Ria, I am a nurse. I deal with a lot of dying patients. What can I do to help them? Ria, visualization of white light. Just reassure them that someone is going to pick them up. Has any of you ever lost someone? And just as they're about to cross over, they're like, oh my God, Mum, what are you doing here? Or Granddad, what are you doing here? Or if somebody lost a husband prior to them dying, oh my God, honey, what are you doing here? They come to collect. They come to collect. You never die on your own. Someone is always there to collect you. If it's not a family member, it's an angel, guardian angel, a guide. You're never alone when you cross over. When my mum lost her sister last year, she was like, Mum! And my grandma died years ago when I was a little girl. And when my auntie died, she saw my grandmother. She saw her mum. She's like, Mum, oh my God, what are you doing here? And they were looking at my auntie like, who the hell is she talking to? I can't see anybody there. But my grandmother came and picked her up. Thank you. I want to know that she's going up there and up in heaven. She's up in heaven. Kate, she's in heaven. Trust me. They don't want to... It's really intense down here. They like it over there where they are. And they usually actually transform to the age that they were the most happiest. So it's like if they were pregnant, when they're getting married, they usually go back to the age. So when I connect to the other souls and I do medium readings, I usually see the souls not as they passed, but they go back to an age when they were the most happiest. My dad passed away in 2021. Damien Mills. Is it how I'm feeling? My dad passed away. I've had heart surgery. I felt so down now. You've had heart surgery. You're a trooper. My fellow brother, yes? You're a trooper, Damien. You're not ready. It's not your time. And your dad would be a guide for you as well. So all them days that you feel like you can't wake up in the morning, you're feeling like shit, your dad is picking you up and going, let's go. Keep it moving. You had heart surgery. I know what you feel. I know how it feels, man. I feel so down now. Don't feel down. Raise your vibration. You heal quicker. It's mind over the matter. You heal quicker. And allow yourself to... If you raise your vibration and you tell your dad you need to show yourself to me, he will come. Don't force it. He will come. Okay, let's see. I'm just reading some of your comments, guys. Give me a second. I ain't done, guys, by the way. I still have to have another open heart surgery. Number 5 and counting. Yes, I just sent you an email. Yes, great. Okay, Robin's. Oh my God, I felt that last week. Someone got into the bed with me when my husband was away. I get that as well. It's a very cold sensation. But people go, I think there's a negative energy in my house. I could feel like cold energy. I feel like someone getting into my bed. If you ain't left that house, you know it's not a negative energy. Because negative low vibrational energy, if it's shit scary, you would have left that house by now. It's our loved ones. When you see the dark shadow, it's our loved ones. But horror movies make you go, oh my God, it's a negative energy. Like energy attracts like energy. If you're low vibrational, you're toxic and you're a horrible person, that energy will attract to you. But if you're someone of love and light and positivity and you care, that's the energy you'll attract to you too. Negative energy doesn't like souls that are made of light and love. They're like, this person is way too bright for me, too loving and too kind. I'm going to go and find somebody that matches my low vibrational black frequency. So that's why I always say to everyone, raise your vibration. Raise your vibration. So how you help somebody, Ria, visualization, light, reassure them that someone is always going to be there to collect them. Let's see. Let me just see. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to read your comments here. I see 1111 a lot. What does that mean? It means a portal. It's a door opening for you in your life. It means there's new beginnings, new opportunities. It also talks about union and a partnership. Becky, I blame myself. I'm the same. I've had an abortion with an abusive person, miscarriage with the love of my life. Oh, honey, you cannot let that stop you from having babies, because you are here to be a mum. Nothing is your fault. It is what it is. This is it. This is supposed to teach you to love yourself. You're not supposed to blame yourself at all. This is not your doing. This is not your fault. This was an agreed in your contract, your soul contract. You do not blame yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. You're going to make yourself sick. You carry on focusing on that, you're going to make yourself sick. Hi, just dropping in. So, hey, Jerome. My heart surgery sister. I'm not doing any readings at the moment, guys. I am just talking. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. When you want to manifest, you need to set your intentions. Set the intentions. And when you set your intentions, you call in your angels, your guides, your loved ones to help you out with this intention. And then you don't need to know when, where, or how it's going to happen. Just know that it's going to happen because it's all in divine timing. I'm back in for surgery on April. How will it go? You will see yourself, because this is how I survived when I was 8 years old, when I had my 3rd open heart surgery. I told the doctors, my mum said to me that when I had my open heart surgery, at 8 years old, and they told me I'm not allowed to exert myself, go to the gym, make myself tired, blah, 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 blah. My mum said to me, as soon as you left the hospital and you got home, you got on that bike and you was riding around the block with your brother, and I was trying to chase you down because I felt like you needed to stay at home and just relax and recover. You were not having it, and you went on your bike and you was riding around the block. Mind over matter, Damien. Mind over matter. And you know when I had my open heart surgery? Friday the 13th. When people say Friday the 13th is one of those scary days, I'm like, Friday the 13th for me was a day where I lived and I survived. I survived my open heart surgery. So I had my open heart surgery on Friday the 13th, and everyone was like, "Ooh, is that a good day to have surgery?" I'm like, every day is a good day to have surgery, thank you. And I find hospitals is my second home. It's my second home. After reading the tarot of the person I love, I feel very sad. Roya, I don't know who did the reading for you, but you're not supposed to feel sad. Shush, B-boy. I have one regret, that I didn't message her the night before she died. I don't know if that's normal. When our loved ones cross over, nothing is left unsaid, because they hear telepathy, because they hear your thoughts. Nothing is left unsaid. So everything that you thought, everything that you felt, they receive it. There was nothing left unsaid. You have to remember, souls work differently from the physical body. The souls on the other side, they can tune into us telepathically. They hear our thoughts, our feelings, and feel our emotions. Nothing was left unsaid. Kate Marsh. Nothing. Nothing was left unsaid. Yeah, I know. B-boys always getting involved. Let's see. I'm so helpful. Damien, I love you. I send you love and light. Also, when you go in for your surgery, call Archangel Raphael. If you don't know who that is, that's the angel of healing. Go Google him. I love him. I call him all day, every day. All day, every day. I love your wisdom. Gruel 7. Shh. Wisdom is from experiences in my life. I have to go through tumultuous times in order to get the answers that I need. That's the only way you grow. How do you grow? You grow from tumultuous times, right? We grow from sad times, from the bad times. We grow from negative people that comes into our life. Why is this person here in my life? What am I supposed to learn from this person? What do I need to change about me that I've attracted this person to me? And once you've learnt that lesson from that person, cut the cord, bye, send them away with love and light. Oh, thank you, hon. Ange Booth. Nothing was left unsaid. Know that. They can hear your thoughts and feelings, guys. So talk to them. And they will respond to you by an image, a thought, the bird, a feather. I did a reading for a client once, and how do I connect with my mum that has crossed over? And I said, ask for something very specific, something specific that you will notice. So she set the intention and she said, okay, so I'm going on, she emailed me and she said, and I was going on a holiday. I was packing my suitcase and I'm laying out all the clothes in my suitcase, and I close my suitcase. I go to the airport, I get onto my flight, I get home, and I remember the intention that I set to my my mum is I want to see a white feather. So she goes, I'm at this point expecting a white feather anywhere, at any point. My eyes are open. She said, I got to my destination, I opened up my luggage, and she went, inside my luggage there was a feather this big. What the fuck? Where the hell did that come from? I mean, a little feather that might have flown like out of the tree, but in her suitcase, a massive white feather. I mean, hello, I always see fluffy white feathers. Feathers are angels, guides, mainly angels, your guardian angel, because we're all born with guardian angels. We all have a guardian angel. I don't care who you are, I don't care what religion you are all assigned a guardian angel. A guardian angel is with you from the moment that you're born till the moment that you cross over. Your guardian angels walk with you throughout your life. I mean, those guardian angels follow you to the toilet. Yeah, they're with you consistently. They are attached to your soul. You have a soul contract with these guardian angels. My guardian angel is called Astro. I meditated one day. I was like between worlds, and it was like a half an hour meditation, and I was like, tell me your name, my guardian angel. And I was so fixated on it, and then it got to a point where I was pushing it so hard, but then I got to a place where I was just floating, and out of nowhere I heard Astro, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God. And then I googled, what does Astro mean? I know Astro is astrology and all of that stuff, and it's the stars. And I got stars on my back. I had a tattoo on my back. I've got stars going all down my back. And I had that tattoo done when I was in my 20s. So the fact that I connected to my guardian angel at 19 when I wasn't even doing spiritual work was beyond me. And then I was told that my spirit animal was a black panther. And at 19, I had a black panther tattooed on my shoulder as well. They always connect to us in the most craziest ways, and we don't even know it. Why can't I break free from my situation? It seems impossible. That is why, Yellow Queen, because you've already set the intention. You already feel, you're already expressing the words that it is impossible. You are the alchemist, the magician, the high priestess of your life. If you are already saying that you can't break free, you've already set the intention. You've already put it out into the frequency. You've already put it out to the universe. And the universe only gives us what we ask for. And if you're saying it's impossible and I can't break free, the universe in the secret says, your wish is my command. You are the one that can change that. Only you can break and cut the cord of this impossible situation. You. No one else. You are not a prisoner. You are not a prisoner. You're a prisoner in your own thoughts, in your own heart, with your own voice. If you've already, again, set the intention that you can't break free of this situation because it's impossible, that's what you believe. That's what you will create. When I was in a violent relationship with my daughter's dad, love and light to him, there was threats. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill the man that's holding my daughter. I'm going to kill your mum. I'm going to kill everybody. And at the time when I wasn't spiritual, I was like, why are you killing everybody? Just kill yourself. I mean, I would never say that now, but that's what I was like back in the day. He always made me feel like, if you ever run away from me, I will find you. I believed that. I believed he was going to find me and he was going to take me out and hurt me. And one day I fucking had enough. And when he was like, I'm going to find you, I was like, come find me. I'm ready for you. But now I send him love and light. Hurt people, yes. Love and light to him. And I'm so grateful because he was one of my greatest teachers. He taught me how to be solid, structure, become the woman that I am today. And he taught me to teach my daughter that you have to be self-sufficient and independent. Anyone coming in to give you love is lucky to have you in their life, and they're lucky to have you. But you need to be with somebody that uplifts you, that make you grow. that makes you want to be a better version of yourself. And if you ain't with that person, bye. Cut the cord. You are not trapped in this situation. It is not impossible. It's only impossible because you're saying it, you're feeling it. It's impossible, it's impossible, it's impossible. You are casting a spell on yourself. Stop doing that. You need to change the way that you think, your perception of your situation, your perception of that person. And if it's a person that you're dealing with, you visualize them in a white bubble of loving light. You write a note to the divine. Help me break free of this situation. I renounce, I destroy any contracts that bind me to this situation, and I surrender it to the divine source with love and light. Because I realize now, divine, that this is a situation that is out of my control. So I surrender it to you. And then burn the letter, burn it, and then divine will take care of it for you. Thank you for talking to us. It made me feel better. I'm glad she can hear me because I talk to her every day. She can hear you, trust me, and ask for signs that she's listening. You once said to me that I'm the Calypso Queen. Hey, honey. You once said to me, you once read for me and you said that I'm spiritual, and I believe that 1000%. You are. You are. Thank you, Anna, for a beautiful night, but I have to go to bed. If you or anyone needs me, let me know. Ange, I love you, honey. Good night. You take care of yourself. I think it's time for me to go to bed. I'll be posting this up on YouTube if you guys want to watch it again. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Literally, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to bed. I love you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you guys for being with me. Thank you for listening to me blabbering on. I hope I helped you in some way. I will see you tomorrow because I'm going live tomorrow. I think maybe 11 p.m. UK time. So if you want a reading, please join me. Good night, guys. Good night. Good morning. I love you. Namaste.